Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you again for coming back home. You know, our home now is Nuriel's home, and Nuriel's home is our home now for today. For today. So for today, we are here, and you know, we have joy being here, and with the beautiful new souls that we getting to get connected. It's a great and inspiration for us. So obviously something that I want to mention all the time, and for some of us who study with us first time, this is not a study that I come to learn something. Yeah, you're going to learn something. You're going to understand something deeper, or whatever it is that your vessel, that your desire will be ready for. But beside that, just bringing people together, the Kabbalah says, if we can refocus our energy, that together as a group, we actually can pray or ask and request for different places in the world who suffer, who are in negativity, to bring light to this world. As a group who come together to study, right? To study, to connect, to be together. We want to send that energy. We want to awaken that light, even in people in your life that need help, people in your life that are in the negative. We want to wake them up. We want to share that light. All of us at home, all of us wherever you are. It is important that our intention is not just for ourselves, but we are collectively want to impact the world and our families and friends. So the class is not for us, but is for other people who can actually nourish and connect to that light. The way we do in this class, obviously, it's I don't like to call it a class, but that's what people do. I like to call it a connection, because what are we connecting to? We're not connecting to what our ego, our mind, our experience is telling us. What the Kabbalist does is always go to the text, the original text, right? And decipher the lesson that appear in this week's energy, right? So every week, we know the Torah is a scroll. We're reading from that scroll. And these holy words are consisted with many, many secrets that are buried for thousands and thousands of years. And only with the wisdom of Kabbalah that is available mostly in the last 30, 40 years, more, I would like to call it, quote unquote, aggressively, meaning more involved in this world, the lessons become more meaningful and become more accessible and become more available to the level that I am. Back then, it was only for the few that hold the keys. But that was too much energy and too much ego to give people. Now the wisdom should be transmitted to the people, to the simple people, the people who don't have all the religion and all the background and all the education. We can still nourish, we can still get a word, a two, a secret, or a five, and awaken our life and help others with this wisdom. So therefore, it's important to understand the opportunity that we have to awaken that light in this world. And again, none of us is equipped to understand deep, deep, deep secrets. But when we are together, it's way more available. So this week, we want to connect to the energy, of course, because we have a couple of weeks. For those of us who know, probably if you live in New York, you know there's Rosh Hashana coming. So Rosh Hashana known to be like a Jewish holiday, right? And many people respect it, right? And obviously, it's just a misconception, or let's say misinformation from the rest of the people of the world. That moment in time, it's not a holiday that we celebrate, oh, wow, some occasion happened, so let's celebrate, right? Or the Jews left Egypt, let's celebrate, right? Or all kind of things that people using an event that happened, physically, or a war that we won and all of that, and let's celebrate. No. Kabbalistically, we know all these are windows in time. These are windows that was open from the moment of creation. Even to meet your soulmate is a moment of creation that was already awakened. And when it appeared thousands or billions of years later, it doesn't matter the time. In the spiritual world, there's no time, space, and motion. It only exists in this world. Therefore, that window was open from the moment of creation. What was the window of Rosh Hashana? Very simple. The birth of humanity. So technically, it's the birthday of all of us. Don't you want to be in your birthday? Right? Imagine you have a birthday and you don't go to your birthday. Well, it's my birthday, right? The birth of humanity is signified by that day, but with that day, which means it's the birth of Adam that represents no religion, no color, no shape, no nothing, just humanity. That's the birth of humanity, and that is every month, every year happening. So what is the significant in that? Is to completely change the cassette that we find ourselves in loop over and over the whole year, and the second year, and the third year, a loop that is like vicious cycle that we cannot stop. Why? Because every year you show up to Rosh Hashana. I never read it. Nobody told me. Yeah, now I'm telling you, you have an opportunity. It's a moment in time that the cassette has been pulled out. What cassette are you going to put in? Let's put another one. The same cassette. And therefore, many people are surprised why I have the same year, why it's not outrageous, why it's not that, why my happiness doesn't grow to the next level, why my love is not expanded, why my impact is still so, fragmented and it's not more. That is all determined in Rosh Hashanah, in the head of the year of us. This is the opportunity. Therefore, prior to that, this couple of weeks that right now before, the Torah, the messages comes to share with us, what can I work on? What can I change? What can I do? Because many people showing up to Rosh Hashanah, or, showing up, I've done my connection, now I'm going to have a better year. No. Rosh Hashanah is the effect of how much work you're going to do in the month prior to it. So meaning if you do the work right now, Rosh Hashanah is just manifestation. You just show up, everything gonna happen. But if you don't have that, we call the vessel, if you didn't prepare a vessel to be filled with that light, it's the same cassette going in, going out until you wake up. And this is one of the things that we want to talk about today, the idea of awakening. Awakening. This portion, this week, says, I'm going to just say the word of the Torah because one thing that we learn. Many people know that they have a negative side. No? Anybody know that you have a negative side inside of you? That every time you say something good, something tell you, no. Something good happening, sabotage it, destroy it, run away, right? Always. We spoke about in the last couple of weeks because this is what we're dealing with month prior to that. This is where we're finishing our evil inclination, our negative side, our bad guy or girl, whatever you call it, the witch, whatever you want to call it, any name you want to call it, which is not a person, is not someone. It's an energy that you submit yourself to, that you give yourself into that, and you realize, I don't want to do so bad. I have a good intention. How bad thing happened? You forgot who is managing you. Is it your soul? Or is it, or we can like to call it the opponent? We spoke about it in the last couple of weeks. So in this week, we have that understanding that we have to awaken ourselves to defeat what we call the battle, the struggle internally, and then externally, everything will work out. But if you don't finish the battle here, outside is going to keep playing the same movie until you're going to realize it internally. So now, we know that in this month, the negative side, our negative, want to attack, want to take, want to control us. It's not an external thing, it's our own craziness, right? That's whatever you're going to call it. It says that many people trying to defeat that negative side that they have. They try in many ways. And sometimes happened to you before that all of a sudden, randomly, you felt like, wow, the negativity was lifted. All of a sudden, I wake up in the morning and I don't feel that negative, right? It's like, sometimes many people think that they can defeat their own negative side in a random way, or some kind of like a medication, or some kind of like, it doesn't matter if you don't have a constant every single day to check in, right? Who is in control, your soul or your negative side? There's no way to defeat it. Second part is, it says that the creator of this world as well created that negative side to give us an opportunity to earn and to appreciate the good when it comes. If you are God Almighty, you created that negativity, what did you give me in return? What is the weapon you gave me to defeat it? Right? It's unfair. You give me that negative thing and then you don't give me any tool, any sword, something. It says, I give you. It's the words of the Kabbalists. It's the words of the Torah. And he says, this is the only way. It's the spice that the negative side run away from. Have you ever done like sometime in your house, like saging, right? Why do you do that? Oh, it's nice, a good feeling, but everybody knows it's bad spirits, bad negative energy. After those people going away came to my house, I need to sage. I have to sage myself, right? That person hugged me. I feel like, right? I need to sage. Why are you saying that? Because you feel that the negative energy can be eliminated by that spice, by that herb. Same thing. That your negative side, each one of you are struggling and will struggle, like myself included, like anybody else in the world. There's no freedom against your own negativity. And it's only inside of you. But with the Torah, this wisdom, so all the time, find something of the wisdom and, like in a way, keep it in mind, keep it in your heart. And what it does, it eliminates the holding of the negativity inside. So that's one of the gifts that we have. Again, over time, we hear in a verse, we're hearing a lesson, something, keep that in mind. Keep that all the time. Your negative side doesn't have any power over that. So it says in this week, Vehaya ki tavo. It started in a way of saying, if you will come, right? Ki tavo, if or when you will come, ki tavo el haaretz, if you would come to the land. So the story goes that right now, Moses is telling the Israelites a story about what's happening when they go to the land of Israel. Literally, people think that's what's really happening. But what Moses is giving us in these words is our future, our today. It speaks about today, nothing to do with 3,500 years ago. It's so authentic and so accurate for our time. Once you learn those lessons, you cannot think that was nice historic lesson. No. The way we look at that is activating that lesson in our life today. So it says V'haya. The word V'haya, we spoke about it a few weeks ago. If you're following the YouTube, you see all those lectures, you can hear that again. The word V'haya, and it will, or when, it represents the word, a connection to no time, space, and motion. Because we know that many people, when they look at this world, they think they need to solve everything in a wow. So what step I need to do? What third step? What the fifth step? Where should I go? What should I do? How many people, if you ask them, about something, people come to ask me question. The first question, so how do I do that? Many people, or even the biggest search online is how to, right? Everybody know? How to. Nobody asks why. Why is it even occur from the beginning? Right? Let me fix it. What is it? Oh yeah, let me fix the cancer, God forbid. Let me fix the bankruptcy. Let me fix the cheating. Wait a second, where did it come from? That's what we're dealing with. This is what we want to go. And this is how you're going to make your year completely incredible if you go to the why. If you go this month to the why, and what is the why? The why is nothing to do external. So this month you have the word V'aya, it gives you the opportunity to travel back in time, back and forth to this year, to situation, right? This is the word I gave you last week. If you can go, is the Yud Kevavke, the tetragrammaton on that name. It appear again because the whole month is to go above time, space, and motion. So I can travel to a situation that occurred a month ago, a year ago, 6 years ago, and fix it from the seed level, from the DNA level, and the effect, I won't deal with that. So now it says, V'aya ki tavo, when you come, when you decide to show up, what is the instruction say? Do you feel that you're showing up in life every day you wake up in the morning? Do you really show up at work? If you work, right? But you know, people come to work and just come into the place of work. There are days that they're actually showing up, meaning showing up, they really want to be there. You feel they're really part of the team. So when you wake up in the morning, you need to show up to this world. Oh, the world doesn't want to see me, right? Nobody liked my page. The picture I posted on Instagram, nobody likes it. They don't show up for me. Why? Let people consider that. Show up with your energy, show up with your desires, show up with your craving to how much you want to reveal. Show up with how much you want to influence today. Yeah, once in a while. No. It says every single day, show up. And if you have that consciousness to show up to life, right? Then he says, וירשת וישבת בה. Then what is the gift? Then you will be able to sit down in the land. What I mean is sit down, when it speaks about sit down, is that how many of us, we had a nice result yesterday, and we pretty much feel secure. But when the result doesn't show up, do you feel secure or you feel insecure, right? Obviously, when I don't have the results, insecurity starts bubbling. I don't feel secure. I don't feel like I can sit and relax, or I can lay back. As soon as I lay back, chaos, right? How many times? How many times we had like, I just want to relax. Boom, chaos, one after the other. Again, it's not about sitting down or being relaxed. It's about having peace of mind in the midst of all chaos. Many people think to avoid chaos. Chaos is just a disorder reality of what we call the physical world, that is struggle with time, space, and motion. In the spiritual dimension, it's all organized. It's all perfect. It's all connected. Is there any way if you tune your radio station to 88.8, would you hear a different station? No, the waves is so accurate to connect to the station that's transmitting that music, whatever it is. Does it make sense to everybody? You can make a mistake. If you put 8.9, of course you're going to hear static. Each one of us need to tune ourselves every single day. If you don't tune yourself every single day, what do you expect? You're always going to hear voices, wrong voices, mixed up with messages, always like, I don't get it. I don't feel it. I can't feel a peace of mind. That's what the Kabbalah is saying. You have to walk in the world of chaos, what we call chaos, the physical world, where it all is disorder, but with spiritual order. You know how to think, you know who is in control, you know what you're doing, and how you show up to this day. I show up to influence, I show up to change this world. Now, only when you decide, then you get V'yashavta and you yarashta, and then you inherit all the properties that you meant to, meaning goodness, feeling extensions of love, feeling that you can give freely without the fear, feel that you can really think positive without someone will hurt you, right? Or even speak about blessings that without fear of someone will take it from you. But only when you decide. And for that, we need to awaken ourselves. So there are two ways to be woken up. In this week, interesting enough, and again, I want to tell you from the physical story appearance. This week, there are 98 different curses that one is way worse than the other if you read it literally. And to be honest with you, with all due respect to all the people who study Torah, I don't understand how they read it. And they're actually thinking this is a holy thing. If you read it literally, it's horrible. I don't even tell you the words that is written there. You know what? Even in the synagogues, they giving that particular honor to the oldest person because they're about to die, you know. So you don't you don't put those curses on a young person. Ridiculous. Why? Because people think that those curses that appear, says klalot and brachot and blessings. But interesting, 98 curses. If you keep reading, they says you're going to give you blessings and curses as well, right? So you read and you get only the curses. Where is the blessings? It's not written. If you go to the reading and you read it literally, it's not written. I don't just understand why people keep reading this Bible or the Torah without even questioning it. And without, if you don't open the Zohar, if you don't ever open Kabbalah, these answers are not in any other way. What do we receive? Wow, what a gift to get all those curses. If I tell you anybody wants 98, the worst curses in the world, crazy? What are you nuts? Right? It says, why it doesn't say all the blessing that comes? I get the curses if you don't listen to God, but where is the blessings? Because the blessings not appear. You know why? Because the actual curse is the blessings, and it's consisted within the number, right? Some of us don't know numbers and how we connect in one world to another through the numbers, but 98 is the same numerical value of the word tzach, which is cleaning, cleansing. 98 also represent the word salach, which is forgiveness. Now, how easy is for you to forgive someone this month? Someone that really hurt you. You don't have to answer, but just go internally, answer yourself. Is it easy for me to forgive her or him to what they've done to me? Is it easy for me to, because if the forgiveness, if the answer that you have is yes, I can easily forgive, it's not a true forgiveness. Why? Because it doesn't have the energy of tzach, which is, it doesn't have the energy of shining. Well, the difficulty in forgiveness, that's what makes the forgiveness cleaning all the slate clean, new. So you will enter to this year and have a pure vessel, a clean vessel to accumulate pure and new energy, new ideas, new revelation, new ways to influence. It's not showing in our movie because we come in with the same filthy vessel, because we don't clean it. And this week, all this appearance of the curses that comes to the universe, I want them to cleanse me. That's why they are actually the vaccination. Anybody had when they know what a vaccine made of? The actual disease, right? The actual virus. So the actual curse is the actual vaccination that we want. What does it mean? To that week, have a beautiful opportunity to clean and shine your vessel before you come into this event of Rosh Hashana, we call it. That's what we need as an awakening. I need to awaken myself to all these great blessings that are coming. What blessing? You said curses. They are. For people who connected to the curses, they connect to the curses. But we connected now to understanding that what appears in this universe right now is this week. It's a beautiful light of cleansing. How do you tap into it? Each one of us, how do you tap into it? Find someone you can forgive to. Go deep. Please don't say, okay, my ex-boyfriend, girlfriend, they cheated on me, I forgive them. It's easy because you're never going to see them again. No, it's not easy. I'm still hurt, right? I want you to go in front of them and say, I forgive you for what you've done, for your misconduct. I forgive you for judging me wrong, right? No, far away. You can do it far away, but make sure anyone that you choose to forgive to, even, and again, I say it again, but I want to be very careful, is to forgive yourself first. To all the things that you got engaged this year that you don't respect about yourself, that you don't appreciate your behavior this way, but realize that this is that the difficulty that I've been through. I didn't have energy. I didn't have the consciousness. Don't blame, don't go back. Like I said, travel back in time and don't go and say, yeah, but what can I do? They are. No. Take responsibility. And first, whatever behavior you had, you have to forgive yourself. Otherwise, there is no God or light or creator that they can forgive you. If you cannot forgive yourself, no energy of forgiveness and cleansing and purification can come to you. So first has to start with you and go deeper and make sure it's uncomfortable. It's not easy. If it's easy, it doesn't do the work. It doesn't clean up. Another gift. Share with you a few more gifts because it's super important to inject as much as we can. You can listen to it later on, but it's important to awaken them. One of the things that also comes this week, it says, "V'samachta bechol hatov," and you should be happy in all the goodness that you receive. How great of a message is it, right? How great of a message is to be happy for what you receive. Many of us, when we close a deal, when we find our soulmate, when we got a new idea, or when people give me some beautiful energy, or when people, give me approval for what I've done, I'm so appreciated. That's not what we're talking about. That's great. It's a very nice thing, but this is a very short leash, right? Because today you appreciate that, tomorrow I'm in a low place, I'm not happy about it, right? What we want to awaken is to be happy when things doesn't go my way. I want you to go back in time this year and check when things didn't go your way. What did you do? Go back in your consciousness, go back in your meditation, sit down, think about that moment and bring the characters into your present and start having the same conversation as you realize that thing didn't go right, they go south, and you see yourself, I'm so happy it's going that direction. But you know what's going to happen? No. If you cancel it in the past, in the seed level, in your consciousness, it will appear as a surge of energy, as a beautiful revelation that comes to you later on. But it's important to do it because our vessel is the same vessel that everybody has. But if my vessel is filled with garbage until here, and I'm going to try to put pure water, what will happen to the water in my vessel? Will be dirty, and not enough will enter because it's blocked. So a lot of the work that you do this week or next week is really get rid of, let go, surrender to this nonsense, and just like, okay, I'm not going to give in to that, right? I'm going to surrender this to my ego, right? Or break my ego, or surrender the ego into a captivity of your soul, right? And let you receive more light. Now, next gift. It says, Hayom ani metzavcha. I'm giving you today a command. Why does it use the word today? Very important. If you want to adapt adapt for yourself a beautiful consciousness to have for this coming year. Highly recommended. You don't have to, nothing, there's no coercion in spirituality, okay? And definitely whatever you hear and from me, don't ever believe me, okay? Please, guys, don't ever believe anything I tell you. Something I tell you, don't believe me, check it out. Check me out. Check what we're saying, check what we're learning, check everything. And then, or even test it, see if it works. And once you test it and see it works, that's what I did. I with my teacher, I gave hell. No, that's not possible. Check, go check, and amazing, all magic. So one of the idea is that you want to live by is the energy of Hayom. Many of us, let's say today you had a great deal was closed. You're not going to feel tomorrow urgency. I gotta close another deal, right? Okay, let's work differently. You come up tomorrow, I'm not in the pressure, right? As opposed to every day, it doesn't close, the money doesn't come. I mean, all of a sudden I become so tense. Why? Because we're not living in a reality of today. Today is the only day that you have, and whatever you woke up today, whatever energy you awaken today, it's gone with the day. And I'm saying it so many times, and again, we're always falling into it because we ride on yesterday's energy. What a great dinner we had yesterday, right? What a great connection we had yesterday. What a great class we had. What a great people we had. It was yesterday. It's gone. It doesn't exist. You wake up in the morning from the beginning. And if you have that, the Creator, Metzaveh Kol Yom, gives you, renew all your friendship, renew all your idea, injecting light and energy into everything that you already involved. You don't need to do anything. You just need to not ride on the energy of yesterday. You don't want to ride on yesterday's success. Oh yeah, but I'm a graduate of this. Yeah, you graduated 6 years ago. Let go. My company was sold. It was like 7 years ago. Why you keep talking about it? Yeah, because what else do you want? If I ask people about them, what are we going to tell you? What they do, what they did, how much they close, how much they sell, what they didn't. Who are you? What are you? It's very hard to describe because we're living and riding on yesterday's success. Or even the other way around. If somebody happened to him something bad, God forbid, they're still riding as a victim of what people did to them. It was happening yesterday. Move on. No, I'm so hurt. Okay, what happened? The Creator cannot renew everything for you today because you're in the old. So please do it already now before entering to Sunday night, when Rosh Hashana starts, when birth of humanity, when all humanity receive a surge of new light, new 365, what you call day, I like to call it compartment of energy that are showing up right now, filled with gifts, filled with blessing. But me, I'm riding on yesterday, the day is gone. Tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, again, I'm riding on yesterday, victim or success. It's a beautiful gift. And the last gift I want to give here, it's just one of my favorite verses in all the entire 600,000 verses or more. But one of these, I can read it, and I'm crying usually when I hear that verse, because it's something that if we all want to have it, wow, it says, and I'm gonna say it as much as I can. I'm repeating that verse. השקיפה במעון קודשך מן השמיים, וברך את עמך את ישראל. The verse continuing, but השקיפה ממעון קודשך. This is, I'm repeating that in myself all the time. Why? Because what is hashkifa? Hashkifa is the word for long range view. Hashkifa is also having the ability, like you want to have the eyes of the Creator, how the Creator look at things. But really what we want to see is how everything is so connected, how everything is just from the moment of creation until now. How many people you met? Okay, you know what? From the moment you're born until today, it's very hard to intellectualize that. But let's say as a physical person, please tell me how many conversations you had with people from the moment you're born until now. Can you remember them? Impossible. But if you would have a sight, if you would have that, to see that one led to another, to led to another, led to another, led to another, and it's so perfect. How situation that you absolutely disrespect about yourself, things in your body that I don't like, oh, me and my friend, we lost our hair. Anybody else lost his hair? Right? Oh my God, I don't like it. I love it. It's great, right? Or people like, oh, I gained a few pounds. Love it. It's all connected. It's all everything is anything that the wrong and the right. The conversation that you like and the conversation you don't like. It's one conversation. And you know with who? With your creator. It's nothing to do with the people who spoke to you. It's nothing to do with the situation that bother you. It's nothing to do with in the border or in the airport or in the train station or if someone pushes you. It's the conversation with your creator. It's one conversation. If you would be able to have that, you would be fascinated. You will wake up in the morning like, I can't do anything else besides sharing this. I can't do anything else besides awaken my vessel to more. Many of us get excited for the day and then the next day I'm done. I need to have a shkifa. There is a house inside of me. There's like a place inside of us, which we call consciousness. It's there where you want to be, to have that ability to see how everything is so connected. It's easy to see it later on, or it's harder to see it in the moment. That this conversation today that we have today, it's not with me. It's with your creator that tells you, go here, listen to the message, because tomorrow you would need it. And it will make a connection for you for 6 years ago, what you needed to do. And if you tie the knot today, tomorrow, this year, you have a greater light, greater impact, and greater words, greater ideas, greater love to give to people. Again, this is the last, I didn't want to go there, but I'm just end up here just because this is such a high note for me, this verse. Hashkifa me'on kochecha, please elevate yourself, meditate in yourself. I want to be able to see. I want to be able to see all that one conversation that the Creator speaks to me. My mom used to tell me, my grandma used to tell me, and then my father, and then my dad, and then I'm not connected to my father, I'm connected to my mother, I'm disconnected with my brother, all of that. It's a conversation, one conversation that started, I can say, in the creation of the world with your soul, and it's still continuing. Please hear the message. Ask it, open yourself, awaken yourself to hear those messages. Because sometimes, I don't want to take more time, but happened to you before that people come to you and says, how many times I told you don't do that? Yeah, you have those people? Or that you tell them. Stop it, don't you see? Right? How many times you told people and they never listened to you? How many times, Nuriel, you told the people not to do such and such and the economy and all of that? What did they do? Don't listen to you. How many times we're not listening? Imagine we're not listening to anybody. It's amazing. But it's also a conversation with the Creator to you. Why don't they listen to you? Right? We also need to take the other way around. How come? Myself included, how many conversations I have with people? I don't think it's with people. I think I'm speaking to the Creator. Yeah, because we are all characters, right? In our movie. So please, if you can open yourself to hear, what was the message? What is the theme? What is the theme in this year, in the one conversation? Bring it down, wake up yourself with that, And I can tell you the amount of work that you need to do, it's much easier. You can work smarter, not harder. And this is when we start tapping to the spiritual order, not the chaotic world order. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for hosting us. Thank you for making it happen. And please, if you can subscribe the channel, share it, like it. If you don't like it, it's okay. Love you.